We have a massive New York Jets trade update as the Jets have been linked by an insider to a very surprising quarterback trade target, and we have to discuss it as there is a built-in connection already there. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Jets Digest. It's Chris and Matt here, and we're going to jump right into things as we always do. And if you guys are enjoying the content, make sure to subscribe if you're part of that 78%. And you are enjoying the content, this is the place to be for all New York Jets updates. But we're going to jump right into the video because New York Jets insider Rich Cimini has revealed a very shocking trade update for the Jets on a guy they could target. As Cimini revealed that the Jets still have Tyrod Taylor under contract, but they could use another veteran to augment the position. They could also go with an older bridge quarterback like a Kirk Cousins or a former starter with some upside like a Justin Fields. And we've talked about both of them a good amount. He also mentioned, or perhaps it could trade for an unproven backup with the potential to develop, and then highlighted Hendon Hooker as a potential guy, saying that Aaron Glenn, Jets head coach, obviously, and offensive coordinator Tanner Engstrand just spent 2 seasons with Hooker on the Detroit Lions. Matt, Hendon Hooker, I don't think a lot of Jets fans saw this one coming. Very, very likely could be a trade target considering his past with Aaron Glenn and Engstrand. What do you think about that?
So I was certainly caught off guard when I saw him starting to get some movement going towards the New York Jets. I was very excited to see because I love Hendon Hooker. I love him coming out of Tennessee. He is currently the 3rd string quarterback on the depth chart for the Detroit Lions. So if we send them a draft pick, they might part with him. He was drafted in the 3rd round 2 years ago in the draft class with C.J. Stroud and Anthony Richardson. I actually had him ranked over Will Levis coming out of school. I don't know if Will Levis is good. I mean, Will Levis is most likely bad at football, but we're going to see. I would love to give Hendon Hooker a chance at starting in the NFL because I really think he can do it. One of the knocks on him coming out of school was he ran a really, really simple, or it wasn't a super simple offense, but it was an offense that made reads really easy on the quarterback. Josh Heupel, the head coach and play caller for the University of Tennessee, runs an offense that takes advantage of the fact that college football uses hash marks that are farther spread out than the NFL's hash marks. So by doing this, he could put receivers farther away from the middle of the field than they would be in the NFL. And this makes the defense have to declare what they're doing. And it makes it a lot easier for Hendon Hooker to make reads. However, even though it was easier, he was great at making reads. Yes, he had some 3rd round picks in his offense with Jalen Hyatt and Cedric Tillman to throw to, but those guys they're not that good. I understand they're better than the corners they're up against, but they're still in the SEC. Put up great numbers in college. I love him because he's got a really strong arm and he's super athletic. Even though he tore his ACL in his final year of college, he still is athletic in the NFL. We've seen it in the preseason games when he's been able to get in the football game. And I really think this could be a dual threat guy. But Chris, there's one thing that I cannot. First of all, I got to preface this by saying it's a joke, but I cannot wrap my head around it, Chris. Hendon Hooker, he's a talented quarterback coming out. He gets a catastrophic lower leg injury, and he's taken on day 2 in the draft. I thought that was impossible. I thought if you were a really good quarterback and you had a bad leg injury, you were taken in the 5th round. It's almost like the 5th round draft capital tells you something, but I'll let you take over.
Well, for anyone who's missing that, he is talking about Jordan Travis, right there. But look, Hendon Hooker, it's another one of these, how we've called it, the fun option at quarterback for a losing season. I highly doubt Hendon Hooker would lead the Jets to a full breakout, but he does have good potential. He's already 27 years old, but still doesn't matter. If he could play, he could play. It gives the Jets potential short-term or even longer-term answer for their quarterback position. I very likely could see the Jets going for him. Like, just the connection to the Lions, obvious, and not the connection to the Lions, but like the connection to Aaron Glenn and Tanner Engstrand definitely already links Hooker with them. And if the Jets do decide they don't like any of the quarterbacks in this draft, I mean, there's been a lot of noise the Jets could take a quarterback, not in the 1st round, but later on with the Jackson Darts of the world and a few other names as well. But like, you look at all of it, and what it starts to come back to is if the Jets don't like someone, they could likely trade for someone. And Hendon Hooker would be a guy who could potentially be traded. That's probably the best case scenario for Hooker. He's not going to get the starting spot over Jared Goff. So it does make sense for the Detroit Lions to look to move Hooker, especially because they probably could get a 3rd round pick for him. So or a fourth or something. They could get something solid for Hendon.
They would get a early-ish day 3, probably a 5th-round pick. Which honestly,
I'd do that.
I would do that because you said I think Hendon Hooker has a significantly better chance of being the answer than taking a shot on Kyle McCord or Will Howard in the draft this year.
I agree. I mean, I think where the New York Jets stand right now, getting a different young quarterback that's not Jordan Travis could be an interesting move. This all depends on what Darren Mougey and Aaron Glenn think specifically of Jordan Travis. If he's the young quarterback, they're going to want to hand the reins over to. If the Jets are in a losing season like they're expected to be, there's definitely a world where they'll want to play a younger quarterback, and we're going to see if they like Jordan Travis enough for them to be ready for it to be Travis, or if they want to make a move for someone completely different. I have a feeling, based off just the lack of health and also the fact that they didn't draft him, that they're not the biggest fans of Jordan Travis, if I had to guess.
People are underrating the fact that the Jets, that this new regime did not draft Jordan Travis. Everyone's saying, oh, but he's still a good prospect. And, well, yes, he might still have some upside to him. GMs, they're a little bit selfish. They want their guys to be the guys that win it. They don't want the guys that the last GM drafted to be the guy. They want to be the GM who picked the quarterback that saved the New York Jets. That's what the GMs want to do. So it is always a bad thing for every round 4, 5, 6, 7 pick. Everyone drafted in that range, it is really bad for you when a new GM takes over, because that means your job is no longer safe. Because the new GM did not pick you. He has no connections to you. So that makes it more likely that they would move on from Jordan Travis. But we really gotta see what Jordan Travis actually has, even if that's only in a preseason game. Like you said, he's got to get healthy so we can finally figure out, who's right here. Is it the comment section or is it me? We'll figure out how good he really is.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that they're probably, just because of the fact they didn't draft Jordan Travis, even in a trade for Hendon Hooker, there's a world where they're just like 5th and Jordan Travis for Hendon Hooker if the Lions asked for more and for some reason they had interest in him. It wouldn't be shocking to just see the Jets kind of toss Jordan Travis out like he's yesterday's news. So not be the first time a Jets quarterback has been picked around that spot and then just been thrown away, considering they just didn't pan out. The one before Jordan Travis, unless I'm missing someone in between them, was James Morgan, who was drafted by the Jets. Jets fans wanted to see him play. Maybe he played he played very briefly. I don't even think he started the game he played in, but he showed up once. And the Jets were like, no, and then they moved on from him. I believe that was pre-Joe Douglas. So Douglas took over and tossed him out.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right there. But if we are taking a young quarterback from this roster and giving him a chance, the guy I want to see get a chance is Adrian Martinez, the MVP of, I think it was the UFL, or it was either the XFL or the UFL. I believe it was the UFL. I want to see him get a chance in a real NFL game. I would love to see that. He was very exciting in the preseason last year. Is he the long-term answer? 98% chance he's not going to be. But he can definitely be a fun guy who can at least give the Jets an injection of life. Do you remember when Chris Streveler used to come in and the fans would be so excited? Yeah. I feel like Adrian Martinez could have a similar effect on the team, except he can actually throw the ball this time.
Well, again, fun options, which is what we've talked about a lot. But we'll see what goes down. Guys, if you enjoy the content, make sure to subscribe, like this video, turn on post notifications, have a great day, and go Jets. Also, weirdly enough, Matt has several Jordan Travis posters with the eyes X'd out. It's really creepy. Don't go to Matt's house. I'll post his address online, or just slide into Matt's DMs on Instagram. And I tried to stop recording and it didn't work. Looks like you're stuck with us.